given that one away, and for the first time really in the last 5 minutes, Brighton are being harried in possession. Oh, that's a brilliant strike, and they have been pegged back by Kalina.
Here's Pereira. Harry Wilson making his way forward, knocking it down for Vinicius, and it's 1-1.
Johnson, ball bouncing, and he's under pressure by Wilson. Tete. Wilson looking over his shoulder and knowing where Traore is. Adama Traore! Fantastic strike that flew beyond Thomas Kaminski. High recommendations, high praise from plenty of coaches that have worked with him, Armando Broja, but he's having to watch on right now as Fulham come forwards once again. Here's Wilson. Whips in a dangerous ball, and Fulham make it 2. Well, he's at it again. Rodrigo Muniz, 5 goals in his last 5 games. Fulham needed a goal scorer. It seems like they found one.
Wow, what a brilliant goal. And he may well celebrate it with his teammates, rightly so. It's a superb ball in, again, left-footed cross into the box, in-swinging ball. And what I love about it is his movement. He's just on the run. The timing of the run for Muniz is absolutely perfect. The advantage of the left-footed cross is here to see. Lovely delivery, the flight of that, and he's across the face of Lewis Dunk. Lewis Dunk knows he's beaten.
Sasa Lukic for Fulham, and not coming under any pressure here as he advances. Smith Rowe. Wilson. Adama Traore meets it and finishes it fantastically.
Wilson. Jimenez let it round, Iwobi didn't. 4-0. And he goes from bad to worse. Another hammer blow at the Hammersmith end.
All over the top, and Wilson could be in here. Harry Wilson looking to make it 5. He finds Vinicius. And it puts the cap on a perfect afternoon for Fulham, who hit 5 again.
Here goes Kenny Tete. Wilson taking over. Flighting it in dangerously. Mitrovic on the end of it. Off the bench to have an almost instant impact on his return.
Tillemans to Soumare, but he's dispossessed, and Wilson can take the ball over halfway. Looking for Vinicius, real danger here. 2-0 to Fulham. Tucked away by Carlos Vinicius. And keep themselves in the Premier League. That battle will be one that hasn't been won, but giving Fulham plenty to consider here in the final moments of the half. Raul Jimenez, though, puts Fulham back ahead. Incredible end to this first half. Beautifully slotted home by Raul Jimenez, and having worked so well to get themselves level here, Luton, they've got themselves undone before the half-time whistle. Remarkable, Stephen.
Yeah, he can't believe it, Rob Edwards. He cannot believe what he's just seen. How the game's just swung from end to end, but it's a lovely flowing move, and Jimenez is the one here who lays it off, and then it's a little give and go. Harry Wilson moves around the side, lovely little Cruyff, finds himself into the box, and then Jimenez is just arriving, side puts it into that bottom corner. Kaminski absolutely nowhere near it, but Jimenez, he runs off his man.
Ball seeking Muniz, who gets the better of Webster, and he might just have something on here. He's barged down, but it is now with Wilson, who fires Fulham ahead. A fantastic finish by Harry Wilson. It just opened up for him inside the Brighton box. And it's Fulham who strike first here this afternoon. To say as well, amongst all that, perhaps a good advantage played by Simon Hooper, the referee, who could have forced play for that challenge on Rodrigo, but he allowed Harry Wilson to advance, and it really did come to Fulham's advantage.
Well, that is the big surprise for me, the fact that Rodrigo Muniz wins this header. Webster, usually really dominant in the air, but credit to Muñiz. I mean, it's just brilliant centre-forward play to A, win the first header, then B, be physical enough to nudge this second ball into the path of Harry Wilson, and this is the advantage you get when you have an inverted winger.
Iwobi. It's a through again, there's a touch and there's the goal. Harry Wilson has the response for Fulham. And they are level. Great team goal.
Yeah, out of absolutely nowhere though. It's by far Fulham's best attack of the game, and Liverpool are going to be so disappointed with this because they've been wholly dominant for this first 25 minutes. That man there, Jurgen Klopp, I'm sure he'll be furious, but let's not take anything away from Fulham. Do really well to win it down this left-hand side. It's about the composure. The ball comes into Pereira. Iwobi does well with his run as well. But then it's about Wilson arriving at the right place at the right time. A little toe poke. It's a really good finish, but completely against the run of play, in my opinion.
Now Kearney. Iwobi. Robinson wants it. Robinson has it here. And that's Wilson! Fulham's lead is restored! What a week Harry Wilson is having! It was he who sparked the comeback at Chelsea on Boxing Day. It's he who has Fulham back in front here at the Cottage. 2-1.
Fulham goal scorer, number 8, Harry Wilson!
When you're hot, you're hot. It's a great ball in. Just clipped in with the right foot. The movement and the twist of the neck. Got to get some power behind it as well. Yeah, that's a great header. Unstoppable.
Let Fulham get back on the front foot with Kenny Tete for Dan James. Little ball inside, finds Reed. Tete's onside, and Godfrey doesn't get there. Willian does, and that is put away. And Fulham have done it again. Harry Wilson helped set up the first. He's dispatched the second. And Everton will have to come from behind again.
Well, this is a brilliant team goal. It really is. They just stretch Everton to the point of breaking. The centre-halves are split so wide. Runners from midfield get down into wide areas again. Cross to the back post, left into a wonderful area. And dispatched brilliantly by Wilson, who's shown real quality with that left foot today. As I said, just literally passing and moving, getting into good positions. And when that ball falls to Wilson there, Everton's midfield can't cover the distances. Wilson's got all the time in the world.
Iwobi got away from Pedro Neto. Robinson, it's another delightful ball in. Here's Wilson. Fulham level through Harry Wilson. The Welsh international comes to Fulham's aid again. 2 goals off the bench against Brentford, and now the leveller at Stamford Bridge.
They pushed hard second half, Fulham, to try and find an equaliser. Chelsea not happy. I think there was a foul on Pedro Neto, and then they were claiming an offside on Harry Wilson. They keep it alive. Anthony Robinson has just made so many runs down that left-hand channel. He's kept going, delivered across to that far post, Castagne's header, and Harry Wilson off the bench again.
The Crystal Palace player Schlupp was trying to get him in trouble there. Wilson, he's in again, it's Wilson, he scores again! What a week he's having! You need a goal, go to the bench and call on Harry Wilson, because he is delivering at the moment, big time. And that should be that in this one. Crystal Palace 0, Fulham 2.
Well, you see the smile on his face, he's ecstatic, and no wonder. But I promise you, is going to be on to Marco Silva saying, why are you not starting me? He'll be knocking at the manager's door. But it's another very good counter-attacking movement by Fulham. They're calm, they're composed. This ball, by the way, is excellent, but it matches the run. And then when he gets into the position, he's calm, he doesn't worry about it.
Gone down with barely a whimper in a couple of those, then this has been a fantastic campaign. Robinson. In from Willian. 1-0. Harry Wilson. And finally that Leeds defence is breached. The cross, absolutely sensational. Completely took Meslier out of the picture. But Leeds find themselves increasingly engrossed in the relegation picture as they trail again.
Well, mistakes. Could cost Leeds their place in the Premier League. Robinson with a great run, and Willian, once he drifts this ball into the far post, it's not really a lot of communications there, perhaps none at all between Cooper and Meslier. I mean, he's at full stretch, a goalkeeper. It's very difficult to leave it.
And finds Harrison Reed, and now Fulham have got a flood of players herring forwards here, led by Alex Iwobi. Traore just forced to check his run. Now Wilson, will he get better luck this time? He will. It is a magnificent finish from Harry Wilson. A signature strike from the Welshman. And Fulham re-establish their 2-goal cushion here this afternoon. Denied by the frame of the goal a few minutes ago, but there was an air of inevitability as Harry Wilson shaped up to shoot.
Yeah, but look where it starts from. João Palhinha wins it here. Just look at the interplay between the players, all running off each other, knowing where to go. This ball from Harrison Reed now opens the pitch up. The way to pass from Iwobi, lovely into Adama Traore. He knows he can't do anything, sets it inside, and then it's clinical from Harry Wilson. He crashed one off the bar moments earlier, but this time he gets the angle right, he gets his radar spot on, finished into that top corner. Magical goal, really great play from Fulham.
Just over 20 minutes left to play as Harry Wilson picks up possession, weaving, working his way inside. Fabulous finish! And in just a matter of minutes, Fulham have gone from 2-1 down to 3-2 up. And it's Harry Wilson against Brentford once again.
Who put the ball in the Brentford net? Harry Wilson. That song will go on forever. He's done it twice earlier in the season. Here he's come on, and the subs have had an absolutely unbelievable impact on this game. He's cut inside on his left leg. You know he's going to shoot. You have to close him down. They don't close him down. But to be fair to Harry Wilson, he's got to put it in the corner. There's the switch of play from Traore. He comes in on his stronger side, nothing really on, goes for the far corner.
Having equalised so late, and they win it even later with Robinson's cross. And they have done. Harry Wilson is the name. It's Harry's game tonight. The most sensational substitution that Marco Silva has probably made in his managerial career.
Incredible finish to the game. Brilliant work again from Anthony Robinson and Harry Wilson. Now, this young man has always had a knack for a goal. Doesn't start enough games as he would like. But boy, tonight he's going to sleep well and he's going to enjoy this one. Incredible work.
Well, Thomas Frank would think the time should have been up, maybe. But he's made 2 runs into the box.
Yeah.
He's got 2 goals, and he's broken Brentford right at the very last.
It just shows how quickly things can change as Kearney clips it out to Wilson, who's causing West Ham plenty of problems. And what a goal that is from Harry Wilson. A delightful strike as Fulham's day gets even better.
Great ball, wasn't it, from Tom Kearney? Again, West Ham not getting near the passer to set that first chance up, but Wilson, what a goal. Came on for Willian, and he's talking about him learning from Willian, and that's what Willian does really well, cutting in off a flank and firing for the far side. There you go, Iwobi at the midfield. Tom Kearney is talking about what a difference he's made, finds a great pass. Good touch by Wilson out of his feet. West Ham sit off, and what a strike in the far corner.
Bassey. Iwobi. Berger. Not pressing him, thinking he's not going to shoot. They're worried about the crosses. Oh! Harry Wilson. There it is. How he diverted it in, only he really knows. But that's the break that Fulham needed. And it's not too late to turn this completely around.
You can't say they don't deserve it, because they have tried. Boy, have they tried to get back in this game. And well done, Harry Wilson. Just gets himself into an area. Everyone was asking Sander Berger here to shoot. He didn't. Thankfully, for Fulham's sake, he didn't. He went wide. And then Harry Wilson just puts a foot on it. He hasn't got a clue really where that's going. In fact, all he's really thinking there, can I help that on into an area?
Yeah, Brentford defenders were waiting for the whistle to go and were surprised that it didn't. And here's Rodrigo Muniz, here's Iwobi again. Support from Sessegnon, and Wilson at the double! Fulham with 2 goals in double quick time, and it had to be Harry Wilson. In 98 seconds have turned this round. From heads in hands to on their feet.
And the shot will come from Sander Berger and Harry Wilson. 2-0. That might do it against the 10 men this afternoon. Still plenty of time, but you feel that might break Wolverhampton Wanderers. Harry Wilson on his return buries it from the edge of the penalty area, and Fulham lead by 2-0.